Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another video here. This time we are in the late model fix series at South Boston. Not a super big field, 11 cars I believe. I think that was all that qualified, or might have even been all that signed up. We are car number 3 out of that, starting 5th. Cannot seem to get a handle on this car at all right now. Usually I feel like I can drive somewhat decent, and this time I just literally can't get the car to do anything that I want it to. I'm so far off the pace, so gonna be thrilled to death if I can finish top 5 in this. The 2 did not qualify. I expect him to be moving through the field pretty quickly unless he somehow gets involved in wrecks. So just gonna try to do what we can, see if we can maintain 5th. We're at least starting on the inside line, so if we can try to get by the 11 off the start, that'll at least buy us a spot or two. But I think it's for sure gonna be a bit of a rough one to go. Probably should have put a little more time into practicing this one, but I mean, like, I can get around the track. I just not quick at all. So gonna do the best that I can, try to not burn up the right front and get it to last, because we got 60 laps here, so it's gonna be a good race. Yeah, just gonna try to avoid mayhem. I have not had good luck the last few races at South Boston between both modified series, so just gonna try to do the best we can and get this to run as well as we can. Gonna get ready to go here. We're coming down the backstretch. I would just love to avoid any calamity and finally get a clean race in. I've had a hell of a time trying to get that in oval races lately. Some of it my fault when I've been starting on the outside trying to get too aggressive, and some of it on other guys just running rough, so feel bad for getting into the 5 there, did not mean to.
Keep it steady.
I have to hold it low. We clear the 11, so we're able to get into 4th. 11 comes diving in. I'm probably going to lose time because, like I said, I just cannot get into the corners the way that I want to, and I'm trying to watch how much I burn up the right front as well, so no idea. The 2, when he gets up here, if he does, that'll be one that I'll let through for sure. Probably let other people if they feel like they're going to be really aggressive, because the last thing I need is to be getting dumped. I'd rather drop a spot, but I just feel like I get this car way too loose off the corner. We jump into the wall on the backstretch. I don't know. I cannot find the right way to get this thing to turn through the corners without it being like a push loose or anything. Normally I've been able to drive it a little better, and this week for whatever reason, I am not driving the setup very well at all, so 11's actually a lot quicker than I expected him to be. So we'll see if he's either pushing really hard now and gonna burn it up, because I don't feel like I'm pushing it too hard. I know the front 3 have checked out quite a bit from me, and I'm probably holding everybody else up, but I don't know, we'll see. Try to see if we can gap the 11 to find a good spot to ride. Looks like the 5's losing contact with them. Not sure if we're gonna be able to catch him at all. Trying to watch them as much as I can too, and see if I can learn from them at all.
Your last lap time was at 16.05.
Feel like we're pulling away a little bit from the 11. He's seeming to drive it into the corners a little bit harder and then washes up center off, so whereas I'm trying not to do that. I'm hoping that also means he's going to be wearing out his right front. See, it sounds like we're falling off from the 5 a little bit from where we were, but I think we might be able to hold steady with him, maybe. And if he's driving it harder, maybe we can try to pull back up to him the last half of the run. Like I said, 60 laps shouldn't take too long, but it'll be a lot longer than some people expect to. You know, there's a lot of laps in it, so you can see the 2's already up to 8th from 11th, so he's definitely coming, and I'm sure he'll be one that we'll be letting by the last half of the race. I got no problem letting him by because I know how fast he is, and I don't want to hold him up for any unnecessary reason.
That lap was at 16.09.
Looks like we're about holding even, both out the front to the 5 and out back to the 11. Got some smoke coming up. Looks like that's clear. It was from earlier lap. We'll see if anybody's in pit road at all or coming out. Again, just trying to drive the car somewhat easy to save the tires for the back half of the run. I know I don't have anything for the leaders, so there's no sense in trying to run them down early, burn everything up, and then next thing you know, you're losing way more spots on the back end of the run. 5 just blinks out. Alright, he's back, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that if we get close to him later on in the run. Looks like the 2's already gotten past the 11. He's working his way up, so guessing we're going to fall back to 5th when he gets by. We're just going to let him by, try not to lose too much time to the 11. Hope is that we can let him by and have about the same gap back to the 11 that we had. See, maybe next lap we'll into 1 and 2 we'll let the 2 by. See if we can get him by as quickly as possible. Try to duck down in front of the 11. Really make contact with them. Feel bad, 11 definitely got caught up to us from that, so try to do that as quickly as I can. 11 wants to make contact with us. Got us a little loose, we were able to save it. Definitely going to watch out for him being a bit more aggressive, and he's going to try to turn us now.
16.90.
Able to hold on to it. Looks like it's going to shuffle him out of the way. I got to watch out for hot tires. We got the 7 coming now.
The gap ahead is now 1.12.
That's going to be fun. Yeah, we're going to remember that. If the 11 gets by us at any point in time, I'm not going to be as kind to him as I will other guys. Got a pack with us fighting for 5th through 9th, it looks like, or 5th through 8th. Yeah, I understand that a lot of times on these short tracks and these one grooves, the only way to get by somebody is to move him. I get he probably feels like he's faster than me, but we're so early on in this race. We're only coming to a third of the way through, so a little bit rough to want to try to do that to me this early on. Yeah. I just try to run guys as clean as I can. I try to do it the whole race, but at least early on I try to run it as clean as possible, simply because there's no reason to sour anything that early. We're going to move the brake bias back a little bit, see if we can try to get the car to rotate a little bit. The 7 looks like he's a bit quicker, but try to keep him behind if we can. See if he's just going to burn stuff up or if he's actually going to be that much quicker. Looks like the 11 gets caught up, he goes around. 7 also got a little loose, so it allowed us to pull away. We had a really bad 1 and 2 looking out the back window. So I need to try to keep my guy out the front and focus on that. 2's going to be gone. Not sure if he'll get to the 5, although he's definitely closing that gap down.
That was a 16.58.
7's catching back up, but we're going to try to take advantage and run as quickly as we can, see if we can pull away from him. 0.6 at the line, so we'll see if we can grow that gap at all.
16.47.
I'd be okay with finishing 5th where we started. I know that would not be beating our car number, but I just don't have the pace to get up to 3rd. Looks like we're running about even with the 7 right now, so maybe
16.32.
we can get him to push it a little bit and he'll burn stuff up and then fall off the back half. It'll also depend on how quickly we can get by the 11 when we catch up to him.
You've just done a 16.38.
See, I really probably did burn the right front quite a bit with how bad the tires have fallen off, and that little bit of a slide through 3 and 4 courtesy of the 11 did not help things at all. 7 picks up a 10th that lap, so I'm kind of trying to roll the car a little more, see if I can save the right front a little bit. I'll start seeing if I can use the apron at all to rotate it without running the risk of over-rotating the car and just sliding tires unnecessarily, because that can also burn them up, obviously, and heat them up. We'll see how kind the 11 is to us. I'm not gonna give him a shot at all, unless he really wants to drive incredibly rude, but just see if we can get by him. He's definitely off the pace, so hopefully he's reasonable and lets us by, but we'll see. The 7's caught back up, so That'll probably be a good battle on our hands.
Okay,
Just have to
Jake,
wait to
that's
see if
half
the 11
distance.
pushes
Fuel
up at
levels
all.
are fine.
Gets high. Yeah, that's on us. I probably should have broke a little more,
Still
but
there. Clear outside.
he didn't really want to move at all, so hopefully he gives the 7 some problems. Doesn't look like he does. Looks like he just gets out of the way. He's probably getting out of our way and just not doing as fast as I expected him to, so that's my fault for getting in the back of him. Should have been able to get through this without any incident points, but made that dumb mistake, so just going to try to see if we can bring this home in 5th and
The gap in front is
at
now
least maintain
4.0.
something out of it.
Just done a 16.47.
Laps are clicking off, but they're not clicking off as fast as I need to because I got a feeling the 7's going to put a really good challenge with us, so yeah, it could be a good race that way. Half a second is a lot here, but it's also not a lot here. So we're going to see if we can try to drive, find any little bit, and see if we can, without sliding the car too much, pull away from them.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 84.
Again, I know I have absolutely no shot at making any spots up to any of the front 4 unless somehow they have contact and get loose or something, so just trying to pull away from behind if we can and give ourselves a really good chance at a 5th place finish, which not the cleanest race, but given how it's been going, I will take this. Would love to finally be able to get some 0x races in, but I'll take this one for now. Looks like the 11's back on pit road, so not sure if something happened to him or if he had damage that he hadn't fully repaired or something, so hopefully we don't have to deal with them anymore holding us up. We've been able to increase the gap just slightly on the 5. I overshoot that corner, that's going to hurt us. Just trying to build that gap, bounce off the wall again like an idiot. Gotta avoid doing anything stupid the rest of the race. Is the only way I'm going to be able to pull away. You can see with those mistakes the 7's able to tighten up a little bit. So
Alright, Jake, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
just going to try to run as clean as we can, see if we can at least maintain the gap. If not, try to extend it. That would be the ideal thing in case we do fall off hard on the back end. We'll have some time to go, but looks like he's trying to mount a charge again. A couple laps will probably move the brake bias back again. Coming through, we'll have 20 to go. We'll be 2/3 of the way through the race. It is nice to overall have a fairly clean race instead of some of the wreckfests that I've been involved at, even at this track. Some of them were pretty bad, so nice to have a bit of a cleaner race. See, we're about 0.6, 0.5 right at the line, so it's going to be really close. I'm just trying to not abuse the tires, not bounce off the wall like an idiot. I think this time by we'll probably move the brake bias back a little more, try to help us get into the corners. See if that allows us to try to get away from the 7 again, as he's tightened up quite a bit. Try not to jump on the brakes too hard and slide the tires, but I gotta be able to get stopped and get the car rotating as well.
The gap in front is now 4.3.
Looks like the 2 is at least able to get by the 5, so he's at least in 3rd. I don't see him on our relative, and I'm not going to look for him yet, but another goal I think we should be able to do. It'd be great to finish on the lead lap given how far off I am. I don't think there should be any problems with that unless, we have trouble. 7's there, 6 is kind of closing, but I don't think I have to worry too much about the 6 overall. I think it's more the 7 that I'm worried about. And we're definitely not catching the 5 at all, so it's on me for not really understanding how to drive this car this week at all. Bouncing off the wall again like an idiot. I really trying to force edges that I shouldn't be, and yeah, driving like a complete moron. Got the 9 up ahead, as well as the 8. We got a little bit of time to get to the 8. 9 we may or may not encounter before the end of the run. Got
Good
some
consistency.
smoke.
Keep them coming.
Trying to build the gap back away from the 7. It seems like he makes charges and then he's either overheating the tires and having to fall off, or he's intentionally kind of laying back to cool them and set up another run. But if he does that too long before getting to me and getting by, he's going to have the 6 on him because it's allowed the 6 to close up quite a bit. And it could be one of those that I'm actually holding both those up. 6 really trying to dive inside of them through 3 and 4, seeing if he could. I don't think he actually was there to be able to do it. I think he might have been
That was
trying to scare him and give him
16.52.
the idea. Force a mistake. You see, we're coming by with 9 to go, so hopefully we can just run this out clean, not have any issues. Go ahead and move the brake bias the rest of the way back if there's any to go. Trying to use that little bit of an apron just to get a slight bit of rotation off the corner. I don't want to get so much that I'm sliding and not building any speed up, but I want to be able to just get the car to rotate a hair more.
Okay, Jake. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Definitely going to be a close finish between the 7 and I. He's making another run, so hopefully this run doesn't last too long and he starts falling off again and we can finish the back half of the race out of it. Yeah. It's going to be fun. Been trying to take a slightly bit of a wider arc into the corner just to kind of help keep from binding up the right front, but I might need to start going a little bit lower to try to block the line. Across the line with 4 to go this time by. 7's definitely closed up. Like I said, I am now trying to run a little bit lower into the corners just to block that low line and not give him an opportunity to dive inside, push me up, so that's slowing my lap times down and allowing him to close up because he's still able to take that little bit of a later entry, later apex. Gets a better run off the corner for sure. So doesn't bind the right front up as bad.
That time was 16.62.
See if he decides to make any contact last lap at all, or this lap, because we're coming to 2 to go. Not sure what he's going to decide to do that way.
2 laps remaining.
Don't think we'll have the 9 to worry about, which is nice. We should just be able to drive straight out our front. And as long as we don't make any mistakes, we should be able to hold on to this, barring the 7 trying to dump us.
Inside.
He's going to dump inside. He makes contact with us. He actually gets loose out of it. We're able to hold on. And there's your 5th place finish. Yeah.
P5. That's it. We're done.
Nice run. That's about right where I should have finished. Looks like the 1 got the win. Do what we can. We'll check and see how bad we beat up the tires.
The pit lane speed
I'm
limit
sure it
is
was
35 miles
not
per hour.
pretty. Just did what I could. 11 actually ended up finishing back in 11th, so yeah, front end looks a little beat up from contact, but yeah, 83, 84 didn't overheat it too bad compared to each other, but still built up the right front. Probably shouldn't have had as much as they did, but had a couple slides in there, so let's go take a look at the results. Won't expect to gain too much in the way of safety or iRacing simply because we had those incidents there. You can see that actually ended up being, we had 3 splits, wow. So 23:39 is not super strong at all. We're about a tenth and a half off fast lap. Not ever really in that ballpark. I'm shocked I was even there. You can see we finished right where we should. The 4 and the 5 were both faster than us. 2 car actually got all the way up to 2nd, so good run for him, and he was only 2nd, just under 2nd and a half off, so he was definitely closing big time. You can see we're able to gain 16 there, 0.04 on the safety, so as low as that is, I need all I can, and I need to run as clean as I can. I'm just going to try to continue running races as good as I can, learn from them. Force edges to get spots, but not so bad that I'm causing issues or anything like that as well. So remember to like and subscribe, leave comments below, anything you want to see different, any suggestions you got, how you drive it versus what I'm doing, stuff you guys learned or not, or anything you did learn from this. All great to hear from you guys, and I like to put out stuff I enjoy running, but stuff that you guys enjoy, you can learn along with me too, because this is just giant learning experience for myself. So until next time, hopefully all your races are clean, fast, and your laps are good. And thanks for watching.